Okay, so first we'll do these LED control buttons. Transmitting is easier than receiving. For transmission, we'll load into here. First we'll check if the COM port's open. Whether we think the COM port's open anyway. Then I'll do an if-else on the button state, but first we have to obtain it. So put up here an integer for button state. And before we do the whole thing, we'll do a get control value panel. Oops, can't remember what the ID is. We'll check that in a second. And we need to make that the address of iButton state. Let's see what. Okay, so that's the control ID that we're getting the control from, the value from, and I'm pretty sure 1 is on and 0 is off, so if the button state is 1, then we're going to let's grab the COM right port number. We'll take that from here, the COM port that we've opened. COM port number. This one's our buffer, and this one's the number of bytes in the buffer that we're sending. The COM writes will have an error return if it's not successful, but I'm not going to bother looking at that for this example. If you remember, output to Arduino for turning LEDs on and off is capital O for output, 22N, N for on, F for off. So we'll put in some of these. Capital O, 22N for on, and then carriage return line feed. Okay. Oops. I'll rebuild that, see if we've got any errors, and execute. And we'll just bring this over here and bring the video up on the left. And COM port 3 will open LED 22. You can see on the LED board there one of the LEDs is turned on. And if I click it again, oh, you know why? Because I just copy pasted the command without changing the protocol. Well, yes, file access permission denied because I still got the thing open. Did I not rebuild it? Oh, build failed. I didn't actually rebuild it after I closed it. Let's try that again. Yeah, now I've closed the DLC player. LED turns on, LED turns off, alright, but these ones won't yet. Okay, so we'll give the other functions the same treatment. I'll just add in that button state integer. And then we'll copy this slot. Okay, 22, 24, 24, 24. This one's 26, 26, 26, 26. This one's 28, 28, 28, 28, and this one is 30. Okay, rebuild that. Oh, I've still got it open again. Gotta remember to close it. Okay, 3 open, and we'll go back to which I've closed again. I'm not sure whether that closed from last time. Okay, it did. 26, 28, 30. Oh, that's right, I opened the COM port before I opened the video window. So we've now got all those LEDs turning on and off. Close the COM port, close the window, minimize that one. Alright. So that is LED control. For reading's a little bit more complicated. We need to add a comms callback. So I'll just go into the function help and I'll copy not the callback but the install call. This will be at the bottom of the COM port open success. The port number will be the opened COM port. The event mask, I'll make a local. Don't really need to do this, but I'm going to anyway. Fill that in just a second. The notify count is how many characters we want to capture. I don't need to do this because I'm not going to use this trigger, but I'll just put 10 in to capture online feed, but we're not going to use that trigger anyway. The COM callback, I'll just change the name to COM port receive callback. Okay. And null, there's a like a void pointer that you can point some data to it, so that when the callback gets called, you can reference whatever that piece of data is. I'm not going to use that. It's used so that you can avoid using global variables, but I'm not going to use that. I'm essentially going to use global variables. Install callback. This event mask here, there's a couple of examples here for events, but I wonder if I won't go looking for it, but here's a couple of the serial event masks. There's a few more, but there's one that I'll use, which is the error. I won't use txempty because I'm not worrying about a callback on transmitting. Rx flag down here you'll see occurs when you receive that specified character that we specified in the that's this event character. But I'm not going to use that even though I've specified it. I'll just use receive and the error flag. So I'm going to copy that, and the other one will be LWRS ERR. Okay, and I'll also copy from the help just the format of the callback function. Yeah, I'll just copy that. And just change the name to what I called mine. And I'll copy a semicolon and oops, copy that, stick down here. Okay, and I'll do a switch case on the events. I would have thought it would be possible, but I haven't seen, and I'm pretty sure the documentation says it's possible, but I haven't seen it work where I can and maybe I did it wrong last time, where you would want to ampersand the receive and Rx flag events, but just for this time I'm just going to use, oops, what just happened? Accidentally touched the mouse. I might just move this one up here, and if for the moment somebody did enable other event masks, I'm just going to let them fall through to the error, where I'll handle them with flush in queue. So I'm just going to flush the queue so that there's no bytes in the buffer, and that's the port number. So if there's any errors or anything, I'm just going to flush any bytes that I've received that haven't been handled yet. Okay. And here I will call a function that I will call just call it parse data, and I will going to put in a string buffer, or character buffer anyway. I'm also going to have a comport read error integer, and I'm going to do a comport read look at the help. It's going to be the comport, the buffer, and how many bytes to read. The return, I think, is positive for how many bytes you've read, and it'll be negative if there's an error. So port number, which I'm getting from here. The buffer that I want to put them in is in buffer, and the number of bytes that I want to read is 6, and the return is going to be a comport read error. Oops, only if it equals 6. If we did read 6 characters, which is how big these commands are, we're going to pass the data, but otherwise we're going to flush the queue. And that is port number. Alright. Parse data, we're going to pass on the buffer, and we'll create a void parse data function that has passing the buffer along. Okay. Alright, well that's the transmission of testing LEDs commands to the board with the buttons on our dialog, and that's the setup of receiving data. We'll just see if we can build that without any errors, or check for errors. Oh, we've got to put switch case in here for the actual variable statement and condition rather. Still got an error. Oh, I don't think I put this up the top for prototypes yet. Nope. That should be as a void. Okay, succeeded. Alright, I'll leave it at that for the moment. I think I'll split the other portion of this out into a 4th and maybe a 5th video. Okay, cheers.